Hi and smiles, everyone, and welcome. So today I am working on some organization, and I thought I'd take you along with me. My dies, I am I'm starting to get quite frustrated with the way I had them. So I came up with this idea. I didn't even think about it until I was in one of my closets and realized I still had this case for CDs, and we don't use them anymore, right? So the first thing I thought of was I could maybe use that to store my dies in. So my plan is to do that. Now, the way I was storing them, I had this basket, and as you can see, I've already taped it once, and it's breaking again. But they were just too heavy to keep. I'm going to just move my camera a little bit here, maybe. They were too big to keep, or too heavy is the problem. They became very, very heavy. And then what I had done is I put them in, I used like liners or for your binder, and I cut them down, and I would stack them like this inside here is what I would do. So I stacked them all like this along here. And then I had made some label type things that I could see at the top, if you can see there. So I put all the envelopes and then all the doilies and cups. So that's how I knew what I had in here. But like I said, they are entirely too heavy to keep in this basket. So I had seen this CD case that I had. I'll just show you here. And I thought this could be very perfect to keep my dies in. And then they're all contained. It is built for heaviness. And then, so this is the inside. So what I have to do is cut the magnets, just like this one, to fit the pockets. And then I'm going to reorganize my dies and put them in here. So the pockets themselves are 4.5 by about 4 7/8 I can get them to be. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm cutting them down, taking them out of their sleeves, reorganizing them to a fit on one of these, and then that will go into here. Now, they're not all going to fit in there. I realize that. So I'm just putting aside the ones that are going to be too large and figure out what to do with those. I had a thought that I could perhaps put an inside pocket in here somehow on the each of the covers. So I'm thinking about what to do with that, and then I can just place them in here, because there's not going to be a huge amount, but there's going to be a few. Or I will have to have two systems set up. But I'm hoping to be able to get them all inside of here would be ideal. And then I can just store it, and it has a zipper, so it will keep them all contained. Now, the CDs that I took out, it was like, what am I going to do with those? Right? These are all CDs that I had recorded movies onto, and we just don't use a CD player, or a DVD, I should say DVDs. And we just don't use a DVD anymore with the way the world has changed with you streaming everything. So my granddaughters, that's why I haven't been here for a while, had come to stay for a week, and they seen these, and they were so excited. They had all kinds of ideas of what they wanted to do. So I'm just going to show you this one idea my 12-year-old granddaughter had. She loves anime shows. So what she's done, I love this one. Look at the colors on that. So each of the characters, she's been taking colors that represent them, and she's been painting them and just being very artistic with the whole thing. And then she's putting the names of the characters on each of her CDs. Like, some of these color combinations are gorgeous, aren't they? That's what I thought. So that's what she's doing, and then she's going to arrange it. And she was thinking about using some command strips and then putting them all down the back of her door when she shuts her door. For her bedroom, these will be all there. They could also, I suggested to them, they could make some chimes out of them, hang them. But I was so happy that they came up with some ideas of what they wanted to do with these, because it's a shame to throw them all in the garbage. I don't know if they're recyclable or not, but yeah, it's a shame. And I've been thinking about what I could do, but I haven't come up with anything yet because I'm more focused on doing this project of getting my my dies all organized. So I'm just going to take them out of here, and then what I've been doing, I'll just show you a couple here, and then I'll finish them. And what I want them to be organized, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do from that point, that I'm not flipping through the whole thing to find a die. Okay, so I've been just trying to organize these in a way, like if it'll work, that I can keep them. Oh, sorry. First, I measure out the length. So I got to take a little bit off of this one to make it 4 7/8. So I do that first so that I know how far I can take these dies up. And then I've got to make it at least 4.5. It can't go over 4.5 is what I'm trying to say, because that is the width of the pocket. So as long as this is under 4.5, which it is, I can just cut this one down here, and there you go. I've got 2. Now I may end up, because I have so many dies, I may end up slipping these both in one pocket, but I think that's going to work. So that's what I'm doing right now, is to get them all cut, and then I'm going to organize them inside the CD, and I might take you along with that, the CD case, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to just pause here and continue organizing cutting these and getting them ready to organize, and then I'll bring you back when that's done, and we'll see what we'll do for the next step. Okay, I'll be right back in a second, guys. Okay, so now I got them all cut up so they'll fit into the pockets of our DVD CD case. So now the next step I want to do is I want to separate them into categories, which shouldn't take me overly long because they were kind of that way already when I started cutting them up. And then these are the ones that we're not going to fit in the pockets, and we'll deal with that later. So I'm going to just move this to the side, out of the way, and we'll start making some piles with these. Okay, so we'll put that. These are all feathers. So some of these are smaller, as you can see, but I didn't want to waste my magnetic things here. And as long as they are in that criteria of 4.5 by 4 7/8, it's fine. I figured if it's smaller, like. So those are all feathers. These, well, that's a leaf. So we'll put that there. That's another feather. And then we got a bunch of flowers right here. So we'll put them. Are these all flowers? Yes. So we'll put those all together. And here's some more flowers. I have quite a bit of flowers, as you can see. But, you know, we use a lot of flowers in our projects, don't we? So those are all flowers. This one's a doily. This one is teacups and teapots and or coffee pots and stuff. And then this is a cloud. So some of these might be in, and I would think that's a cloud, in a miscellaneous type of category. So these are all to do with cups. So we'll put them there. This is a doily. We got some more flowers here. So we'll sort those in. Oh, and then we got some rounds. So shapes. We'll do shapes over here. And then I would classify that one as a doily. And then we got a bunch here that are doilies. I love making my own doilies. It's a great way to get different designs of doilies. I think I would categorize that one as a doily too. Then we got doily and a doily and another doily. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut some of these out just to see what they're all about. And then I guess I'd put that under doily. Then we got some more cups happening here. This one, as you can see, it still have the plastic, so I haven't used it yet. How terrible is that? This one, I'm not quite sure what I would put it under at this point. Because it could be a doily, but it could be a background of some kind. I'm going to just put that over here, so it's kind of like a miscellaneous. That was a leaf, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? So we got some crosses. Oh, and then some steampunk kind of dies. I put that. They're all steampunky. Keys and locks and frames and gears. So I'm going to put those all together over here. Oh, and then we've got these here. They all stay together, I would say. Could almost put them beside, when we're putting them in, beside our steampunk. Okay, and these are label. These, I would say, are, well, labels and such. Yep, so we'll keep that with that. Same thing. This is more of a banner, but there is a few label things. Banner, then labels. I think I'm going to keep the banner ones with the labels. Keep them together. Oh, and this is one that I could put in tags, or I could put in envelopes, because I put both on there because neither one of them had a place yet. Okay, that's a doily. That's a doily. I'm not very happy with this one in particular because it doesn't cut all that great. Doily. I'd say doily. That one too. Okay. So these are both doily related. Okay. So this is an envelope. The edges of an envelope. So we're going to put that there. This is an envelope too. Oh, and we got some fairies. There's another fairy and another fairy. So we'll put those all together. Then what do we got here? Oh, we got windows and windows. Okay. I'm going to run out of sorting room here. Oh, and then we got dragonflies and bees and butterflies. Those all need to be together. Yeah. So those are all good. Let's move this because I haven't found any leaves yet. Okay, so I'm going to just keep sorting. When I get these all sorted out, I will be back, guys. I'll just be a second. So now I've sorted them into different categories as best as I can. And then I'm starting to put them into the CD case. So I'm going to just move this out of the way. Oh, it's so heavy. That's the thing. Dies can get very heavy. So what I've been doing here is dies that I do not use that often. Like this one is a wedding card die, for instance. And then these are for children that are more for card making type of thing, children's cards. So what I've been doing is, this is the back side. So I've been starting at the back, and I'm going to put the least that I use daily kind of thing in the back pockets. So like this here, all of this is Christmas related. So that comes but once a year. So I put those in the back. And then like this, these here are for birthdays. I do use those a bit more because I do make birthday cards. And then I put all my fancy lady type ones in here. And see how I did that? I can slip 2 in to the same pocket, and it's going to be just fine. The pocket can handle it. You could maybe even get 3 in there if we'll see if I'm going to need that, because I do have a lot of dies. That's the other thing I realized, is just how many different dies I have. And then this is some animals, such things, some dresses. So I'm just going to continue, and all I'm doing is, let's see, let's get a couple of dies that I know I don't use in a, here we go. We'll do the fairies. So I know I don't use these fairies like all that often. So I'm going to stick them in this pocket here. So they're just going to slide it in there. And what have I got here for fairies? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put 2 in each. So I'm only using 2 pockets instead of 4. That way I have a little more room because I'm going to need it. So there. So I'm going to just put both of those in there. And then what do we got here for miscellaneous? Well, this is quite, yeah, let's put our C. I have a couple of dies, but I do really like this die for the compass. But and then we've got this die with the anchor and the mermaid. So I think that we'll put them in the same pocket as well. There we go. Yeah, so this has been kind of fun to go through all my dies again and look at them all more closely. Okay, and then what do we got here? Those are all word dies. I'll put those closer to the front. Oh, I know what we can put. We can put, I have these 2, 3 feather dies I have here. So I'm going to just slide that in this pocket here. And I think I'll keep that one all by itself, and we'll put these 2 in one pocket. This one's a little bit thicker, so probably because there's so many dies on it, it seems thicker, but it's probably not. Oh, gotta stick it in one at a time because I'm getting the back of the other pocket. Okay, so then we got our feathers, and then let's do our teacups and coffee cups and all of those. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I think that's all that I had. Just double checking, yeah. So I'm gonna we'll put this one in by itself because it's got quite a few dies on it. So we'll just put this one in. Quit moving on me here. Into this pocket. And I think I have about 160 pockets is what I think I have in here. So There we go. Now they do have a little bit of a slit here, as you can see, but that doesn't seem to matter. It isn't mattering at this point. So then I'm going to put these two in together. Well, maybe I'll put one in here because some of the magnet sheets are thicker than other ones I have. So this is quite a thick one. So I think I'm going to add a thin and a thick to this pocket. And then we will put these two in this one. So I'm going to just go along and get these all in. And then I'll be back again, guys. Be back in a day. So I got them all in here. And it worked out so well. And I've even got some room left for for it growing. So yeah, I'm just so happy with how this has worked out. These labels, I'm going to put labels on like this. And I'm going to just put what each page is all about, like doilies and such. I have to take my die cut and make some more of these. And I will just go throughout the book and label it all. So I'm very happy how this worked out. And I even have quite a few ones left. So as it grows, I can add more. And yeah, and it's all going to be contained in one area. I have a few that wouldn't fit, and I'm not sure quite yet, although I can just place them in the back of here and zip it up, and that'll work as well for that. But then they're all contained in this one DVD case, and I'm loving this idea. I don't know about you, but with me, I'm always looking for organization solutions. I don't have a huge craft room, so if I can contain things in a way that I can store them and not take up too much room, it's great. Plus, this cost me absolutely zero. I had it, and I know you could probably get these off of Amazon and such. I'm sure they'd have them if you don't happen to have a case. But isn't that great? Then it's all in one area. And yeah, I just love the idea of storing my CDs like this. So I hope that was a helpful idea for you. And I want you all to have a lovely day. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps our community to grow. And if you guys have any ideas in storage situations where you can upcycle things like this, please put it in the comments down below, and we can all share in that. So you all have a crafty day, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.